Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel as always. Sorry if you guys can hear the rain. It's literally like severe storming outside, so apologize for that. So this is today's look. I wanted to do something very glowy, very bronzy, very summery, very luminous-y, whatever you want to call it. So this is what I decided to come up with, and also I wanted to try... Oh my gosh, my eyes are watering so bad. I recently purchased this. I'm not sure if it's new or old. I'll look into that, but this is the Makeup Revolution 32 Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Palette. So I wanted to try some drugstore products, and we're gonna see if they worked out or not. So if you guys wanna know how I did this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. First things first, I'm going to take, this is Melanie Mills Gleam, the Sondra Deluxe Edition. And I'm just going to take some of this. I'm just going to use a duo fiber brush, and I've already moisturized and prepped my skin. You can just go right in, and oh my god, you guys, this stuff smells so delicious. I'm going to put just an even layer all over my skin. I'm not going to put any like on my eyelids. If some gets on there, oh well, it's not the end of the world. And then also bringing it down on to the neck. This stuff is so good during the summer, especially for like photo shoots, because it doesn't transfer onto your clothing and it makes your skin just look so even and so smooth. And people that have like eczema or other skin conditions, it definitely helps cover that up a lot. See how that just like evens out my skin tone and gets rid of the redness on my cheeks? I love this stuff. Alright, so now moving into foundation, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty. This is just the liquid matte foundation. And it's not super full coverage, which for today's look I want, because I want all of this gleam to come through. You can mix the Melanie Mills in with the foundation. I just prefer to put it underneath, and then you can kind of like pick and choose how full coverage you want the foundation. Because sometimes I've noticed if I mix this in with it, it can get a little bit like too shiny, and I'm already pretty oily as it is, so I have to use caution when making my skin dewy. Alright, and then before concealer, I am going to color correct. If you guys have seen some of my previous videos, I always use this little guy. No idea what the brand is, no idea where I got it. It's just a very like salmon colored cream. And I'm just going to put that just right in my under eyes. Just because if I don't color correct, my under eyes will look really, really gray, and we don't want that. I also like to kind of bring it in to the inner corner right here and towards the tear duct, just because that area can get a little gray and dark as well. And then for my concealer, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place concealer, and I am in color number 20. So before I go in and powder, I do want to do a little bit of cream contour. So I'm going to take, this is the NYX, what is this? Oh, it's a mineral stick foundation, and it's in color caramel. So it is a lot darker than my natural skin tone. So this is like a perfect contour shade for me. And then instead of using a beauty blender, I like to use this giant brush. This is a Wayne Goss number 1. It is phenomenal. Alright, finally time to set everything. So I'm just going to use, this is just a Morphe loose powder. I don't want to take away too much of the luminosity that we have underneath the foundation, so I'm going to switch over to the Too Faced Do You Translucent Radiance Pearl. It's like a shimmery setting powder. Shimmery is not the right word because it's not shimmery, it's very, very, very fine, where it's not like completely matte. I'm just going to use this on the rest of my face, just to add against, oh my god, I almost just ripped my earring out. That would have really sucked. Oh. Anyways, just to kind of add some shine back. I'm going to switch and grab a contour brush and then mix these two. I'm not going to go too crazy. I just want to have a very, very light hand, just because we already have the cream contour under. It's just a nice little like topper. You can see how sharper this side looks compared to this side. Then for blush, I'm going to take Jordana Cosmetics in Blushing Rose. It's more of a cool tone blush. God, I love blush. Oh my goodness. All right, and then for our highlight color, this is the Inglot Sparkling Dust. This is number 6. It's more of like a white iridescent. So I used to use this Kevyn Aucoin brush. It's a little bit more like dense. Still love this brush. But I've had this Wayne Goss brush. Anyways, it's his highlighting brush, and you can see it is so soft, and the bristles are... they're not stiff where this is going to give you like super bright highlight where this is going to be more diffused. I used to not really like this brush, and I started playing around with it the other day. I actually really like it. So you can see how it's kind of angled. So I'm going to use this side first to kind of put on the highlighter, and then flip it and use this to really diffuse it. And then if I want to, I can go back in with this brush and really build up the sides. It helps give you more of like a glassy looking skin rather than just like a line of highlighter on your face. See how it's just very soft? And then I'll flip it to this side and just kind of diffuse it. And it just kind of helps bring it on down to the cheekbone and give you that very soft, subtle glow. Same thing on the other side, loading it up on one side of the brush. Bringing it down to my cheeks, and then I'll take the, again, where it's angled like this, I'm going to take the bottom of the brush, just swirl it in the lid. So there's not a lot of product on the brush, it's just a tiny bit. I'll just kind of bring that up here. Right down on my cupid bow, why not? On my nose, a little everywhere, why not? Let's just keep it going. See how it's very subtle, but it's also like, it's not in your face, but it's there. If that makes any sense. So highly recommend this brush. So I'm going to use the P. Louise Base. This is number 1. And then I just like to use, it's like a weird flat brush. And it fits perfectly onto my eyelid. So I like to use this and just kind of tap on the base. So taking the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, this is the Ultra Eyeshadows. We're gonna first start off with just a tiny little brush and using this first brown shadow. I'm gonna focus this just right on the inner corner, just kind of patting that in there just to set the eyeshadow base. Oh my god, what is on my eyelid? Then I'm gonna go in with this white color. It's like a shimmery white, and using a flat brush, just going to tap this on the center of my eye. And I like to do the center when I'm doing more of like a halo eyeshadow look like this first, so that way I don't accidentally bring the colors too far in and then the center of my eye ends up being like over here. And then I like to make it almost like a triangular shape where it's thicker on the bottom and then it slowly kind of dissipates as we go up. Alright, so I had the exterminator unexpectedly just come to my house, or my apartment, so I forgot where I was at. So I think we were working on the outer corner. Yes, that sounds right. Alright, so I'm going to take this darker brown, and just kidding, actually, just kidding. Going to mix these two colors. Oh my gosh, see look, it's already creasing because I had to go deal with the exterminator, but that's okay. Every time I film, something happens. Every single time, and it's just like, ah!
I have earbuds on, I'm gonna cook.
I wasn't talking to you, I was just complaining to myself, but thank you, I love you.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, so we're going to just lightly tap this on. Don't worry about blending. Switching to a little bit of a smaller fluffy brush. Going to mix that first brown we used with a little bit of this orange. The orange is just going to kind of help warm it up, and also a little bit of this guy, because why not? Going to help kind of warm it up and also act as a nice transition to blend from this color up and out into nothing. I'm going to go back in with that white color and just slowly kind of blend and fuse the two colors together. And then because this one's pretty tiny, I'm going to switch over to a little bit of a larger fluffy brush. Using those same colors again, very lightly, just kind of starting on top of the darker brown and then bringing it up to kind of help blend that out. And I'm doing little tiny circular motions, and as I'm going up I'm also lightening the pressure so I'm not pressing as hard into the skin. And same thing, grabbing more of that white Just kind of fusing these two together. And then once I get the blend that I like, it's like a flat, fluffy brush, and we're gonna go into this color right here. And this is more of like a yellowy gold shimmer rather than just pure white. And switching to a bigger, larger, fluffier brush. You guys can see it's a little bit more tapered rather than being rounded. And I'm just going to, it's a clean, fluffy brush, start kind of dragging this here, touching it, pressing down, and pulling outwards to kind of help drag that color out. To also give us that very diffused edge. Then if I need to, I can just very lightly go back into this darker shadow, kind of deep in the corner. The reason why I like using a tapered brush for this is because it is a little bit pointier, and so you can really just focus that color right in the area that you want it, and then use the side of the brush to pull it out. Alright, then the last thing for eyeshadow wise is I'm just going to take the outer V shadow and just bring that right out to the lower outer corner. And then also taking that white shadow, popping that right here in the inner corner. And then going back in again with the white shadow, and I'm just going to apply this right in the center and kind of bring it down a little bit. Alright, so this is it for the eyes, face. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll come back for the eyeliner. Alright, and we're back. So for eyeliner, I kind of wanted to do not just my normal matte black eyeliner, so I'm going to take the Stila Vivid Labradorite. It's one of their liquid eyeshadow, and I'm just going to take a tiny little angled brush. And I think today we're just going to do upper liner, which I never do. Normally I always rely on my lower liner, but you know what? We're getting out of my comfort zone, so let's go. God, this is so cold on my eyelid. I think I need a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to let this first layer dry. Because obviously it is a little bit opaque, and then I'll probably have to put on a few layers. So I will be back. And then to just kind of help conceal that lash band, since the lash band is black and my eyeliner is gray, I'm just going to very lightly just go on top with the Stila liquid eyeshadow. Alright, first of all, the other day I went through all of my crystals and organized them. So if I drop them in this video, I'm going to lose my... Alright, so as you guys can see, I added a cute little zipper and some rhinestones, or a rhinestone. So I'm going to use, this is by Ben Nye, just a prosthetic adhesive. It's pretty much the equivalent to Pros-Aid, but if y'all seen some of my videos, my Pros-Aid is disgusting, and it is, yeah. So I'm just going to paint some of this, and when it dries, it does dry clear and it dries tacky. So you don't need to worry about complete precision. So the chains that I'm using, God, these are from years ago. They're just from Michael's Arts and Crafts store. They're just jewelry chain or fashion chain. And they're super easy to cut. You can just cut them with regular scissors. Oh my God, my under eye crease is getting glued. I'm just gonna grab it by the top chain, look up, so it sits on my skin well. Trying not to poke my eyeball out. All right, and then I'm going to, out of my crystal collection, try to find, which I actually probably should have done this first because I may not have another teardrop. Literally one more teardrop, so that works out. I'm going to close this and tape it before disaster strikes. We'll just stick that. Oh God, went a little crooked. Oh no. Alright, so this is pretty much the entire finished look. The last thing I want to do is my lips, and I'm going to do an ombre effect. So I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Suede in Club Hopper, and then Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Scorpio into the center of the lips. Alright, you guys, here we are, the finished look finally. I am loving it. Only problem is this one, it
looks great.
It looks fantastic. The only issue I'm having right now is because I accidentally glued this one like into my wrinkle, and it's annoying, but whatever. So thank you guys so much as always for watching. All of the products that I use will be down in the description box as always, and until the next one, bye!